Hey everyone, welcome back to day 7 of demo. Before we begin today, I would like to take a moment to explain why we are doing what we are doing. To some of y'all that are watching and wondering, sorry, I just seen a cat run through my backyard. So some of y'all that might be watching and wondering why I'm doing things the way I'm doing them, I would like to take a moment to explain that. Because y'all might be thinking, why are you taking this perfectly good, livable home and turning it into what looks like a complete and utter disaster zone? Okay. And yes, I get it. From the outside, yeah, it might look completely fine. But once you get to digging into things like this, you notice there's issues. So the first issue that we have is the roof. The roof has been leaking for God knows how long. And when it's been leaking for that long, you have issues therein in itself. Wood starts to rot, you have mold, mildew, whatever the case may be. So I need to take everything down to figure out exactly where the problem areas are so we can address those. Then the next issue we have is we've had some unwelcome guests living up there. Whether that be mice, rats, squirrels, whatever the case may be. They've made themselves a home in the ceiling, guys. All right. And when you have that, you have the worst of the problem coming, and that's snakes. Okay? No, thank you. I have found 3 snake skins so far, and I ain't gonna lie, about shit myself with one because I thought it was an actual snake in the wall. No. So all these problems have to be addressed like almost immediately. Anyway, then we have the mold and mildew in the wall, whether that be from the roof leaking, whether that be due to the house being built improperly, whatever the case may be. There has been mold and mildew in almost every wall I have taken down. And not to mention, like, these walls here have been double layered, where they've had an issue with the first sheet and then just slapped a second sheet on top of it. Why in the world you would do that, I have no earthly idea, but whatever. So and it's a health hazard on top of that, having mold and mildew in the home. So all of that needs to come down. The mold mildew issue treated, fixed, whatever the case may be, and new stuff put in. All right. And then the other thing is the electrical. The electrical is outdated. The breaker panel is on the outside of the home. Thank goodness it's not the screw-in fuses. It is a regular breaker panel, but I need that one on the inside and the proper one put on the outside. And then the wiring itself is outdated. So, and it's going to be a lot easier doing it, taking it down to the studs, being able to wire it that way via having to do it piece by piece, blah, 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 blah. So it's a lot easier this way. And then the structural issues, we are removing some of the walls. I'm not removing it and making a big opening. No, that's not happening. I'm just like moving the closet, the old master bedroom closet here, and making the living room a little bit bigger, or actually a little bit more functional, and trying to figure out a different way into the old master bedroom, because like I showed you in a previous video, having to go in one door and basically do a 180 into that bedroom is, I don't know what they were thinking. So that is happening. And then the studs themselves in the walls. the only load-bearing wall that I can see as of yet is the center wall down this home. All right. And a lot of those aren't up to code. The rest of them wouldn't matter anyway. You know, it's not really load-bearing. It wouldn't matter. But the structural load-bearing wall itself should matter. A lot of these studs are 30 to 36 inches apart. That is way out of code for now. It might have been back then, but now it's not. Now it should be anywhere from 16 to 24 inches on center. I'm going to go with 16 to add a little bit more structure. So that has to be handled. I think that's it as of yet. Trying to think. Probably not. Yeah, for now that's it. But anyway, I guess that's it for today. I will show you what we're doing now for today. So let me turn you around and back you up. All right, so we'll be finishing this wall here. Bear with me while I step over stuff. So we'll be finishing this wall, and then we'll move on to this wall, which is the old outer wall of the home. The 2 rooms beyond that were an add-on, and then we'll move on to this wall here, and then that will be the living room complete. And then if we have enough room or whatever, I'll move on to this room here, which I'm hoping finishing the living room gives me a little bit more light in here because this room is dark. So, yeah, that is our plans for today. And like I said, the dumpster should be here tomorrow. So that will allow us to get everything out of this home. And then I can actually start taking the ceilings down themselves. So, yeah. The only 2 rooms, or should I say 3, I'm not messing with as of yet is the kitchen and the 2 add-on bedrooms. And that's because they were built on later. I'm almost fairly positive they're up to code, but I need to get this half of the house done because I'm using kitchen and those 2 bedrooms for storage. So I need to get this done before I get that done. Yeah. But it's all coming together. I mean, demo's almost done, and then when we get the roof and the floor done, we can start putting it back. So, anyway, hope y'all enjoyed today's video. I know that was a long speech, but I figured I'd give y'all a little bit of an update. Enjoy! Oh, and don't forget to subscribe, like, or even leave a comment. We are off to a strong start. Everything's coming down smoothly. You know, I'm thinking this is going to be a whole lot better than it was yesterday. You know, I mean, of course, the first layer of sheetrock coming off it's fairly easy, you know. I mean, I might have to pry on a little bit to get behind it, but I mean, it comes off. You know, I mean, a whole lot better than that second piece does. Like, I mean, all the door frames and everything, I'm not really struggling with them. I'm basically done got in the rhythm of things at this point, you know. And I walk up and show a couple pieces of sheetrock on this video and trim and stuff like that, because I really wasn't expecting the mold or anything to be this far into the house for real. Which right over there on that wall that I'm working at now, I was expecting a little bit because it has leaked there before. So, but the closer we get to the outside wall, I really wasn't expecting it. So, and here I'm hoping that I could just knock the door frame out on the other side, but I gave up on that one. So, and then I'm going to finish taking off the baseboard and the trim and stuff around that other door. And then when I'm getting the first layer of sheetrock off that door right there, when I hit myself in the face with that piece of sheetrock, and yeah, it hurt. I ain't gonna lie. I had to basically regain myself after that one. But anyway. So I had to take a break after that. Getting hit in the face with that piece of sheetrock kind of hurt. So I'm probably going to have a nice bruise like right in this area, but it's okay. It's whatever. The clip will probably be muted after this because I'm about to have to go crank up the generator because my phone's almost dead. But anyway, I hope y'all enjoy me trying not to get hit in the face with any more debris. everybody, end of day 7, and we ran into a few more issues than I was actually expecting in this room, but it's okay. I mean, problems can be fixed. So the mold was a little bit more intensive in this room. I hit myself in the face once and then almost hit myself in the face again. So yeah, this one was a little bit of a complicated one, but I'll show you what we have so far. So back you up some. All of the living room is officially down. And one last room to go. And you can see that there's still particles flying around in there. I need to get out of here. But so you can see all of our mess that we have. It's just kind of piled up. And I'll take you outside and show you what we got there too. Hold on a moment. Alright, so from starting at the back porch, all of that is trash. And then it extends all the way around to this side. So, flip you back around. So yeah, we still got a lot left to do. The shed still needs clearing out. There's stuff behind the shed and stuff like that. And there's a huge pile back there in the back that if you watch one of my other videos, you'll see that I was putting leaves and stuff in that pile. So yeah, there's still a lot more to do, but I mean the dumpster will be here. Well, you can see the mark on my face. But anyway, that's it for day 7. I'm going to rest, and we're going to try to get after the one last room tomorrow. So come back then. Don't forget to subscribe, like, or leave a comment. Later, y'all.